that's occurred in the Quran, first of all, Allah is using that word only to say you think of it as dam. It's not really a dam. So it's only exploring or exposing the point of view of the Messenger himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who constantly makes istighfar. That's one thing. Here's the second. What responsibility has Allah given His Messenger? To bring people out of darkness to light, to establish His deen, no more messengers coming after Him. There is no greater burden than the burden of the Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam. No human being, you think you have pressure on your job? Nobody's got pressure like this ever in human history. Okay? Now, having said that, he is constantly worried that he may not be doing his job as well as he should be. He himself. Allah says you're doing your job fine. He is constantly worried that he may not be doing as well. So he is constantly making istighfar. He is constantly making istighfar. Why? Because he thinks he might be falling short. Not because there's a need for it, but because he is constantly worried. And this is the attitude of the Prophet ﷺ. Ibrahim ﷺ is building the Kaaba. For God's sake, he's building the Kaaba and he's praying to Allah, Allah please accept. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا. This is the most acceptable of acts you could ever do. And he's still humble. I don't know if I might be doing something wrong. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا, accept our tawbah. He's making tawbah. He's not doing something haram and making tawbah. He's actually doing one of the most blessed acts ever done, and he's still asking for tawbah. Right? This is the attitude of the Prophet. The last question to answer, this was a little bit about the sin, how it's connected to the victory that Allah gave. The final question was, وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا, He will guide you along a straight path. And we already said Allah already guided him to a straight path. So what does this mean? From Hudaybiyah to the conquest of Mecca, now there is what? A straight path. Allah will guide you not to the straight path. That's not what's said. وَيَهْدِيَكَ صِرَاطًا مُسْتَقِيمًا. That's already there. Now He will guide you to a straight path, which is headed where? To the conquest of Mecca. All of it connected to the original ayah, the first ayah, in which Allah had granted His Messenger victory, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, by means of Hudaybiyah. The point of the matter is as follows. We cannot afford a shallow reading of the Quran. We can't afford it. We are living in intellectually curious times. And we are living in times in which there are people, thinkers, individuals, bloggers, groups, factions that have their own reading of the Quran, most of it coming from translation. Most of the deviations we find in Islam today, some of even the biggest ones, are erroneous translation based. The core issue is translation problems. And why is it such a big problem? Because the Ummah was stripped of its most basic education, which was the Arabic language. When you take this Ummah, the language of this deen is Arabic. The Turkish Muslims spoke Arabic. The Indian Muslims knew Arabic. The earliest Indian scholars wrote entirely in Arabic. Up until the early 1900s, there are works of Indian scholars that are written in Arabic. Okay? So Arabic was the language of the Ummah, all across. It wasn't just an issue of the Arab region. It was the language of the Ummah and the language of Islam, the basic education. You weren't really considered educated until you get a GED, which is at least you know Arabic, at least you know something about Quran. That component of education has been stripped from the Muslims. So we know a lot about engineering and computer science and French and Chinese even. Some people are learning Chinese, right? But what do we not know about? Almost universally, we don't know Arabic. And when we don't have access to the text ourselves, then there are people translating it for us. And when people are translating for us, they're putting their masala in there too. And it's creating all kinds of factions and deviations. There's an effort to de-emphasize the study of the Arabic language. I tell you, there is no revival of this ummah until we could directly connect to the revelation. This is an issue, a spiritual issue. How are you understanding salah? How do you have khushu and salah if you don't understand the language? And it's an intellectual issue. How do we understand the teachings of this deen if we're not able to study the matter for ourselves? Somebody has to tell it to us. Somebody has to tell it to us. So this is a critical issue. I wanted to open an invitation, inshallah. I haven't made the announcement yet, but I figured this is a good opportunity before I close. On October 9th, inshallah, we're conducting a 10-evening crash course in Arabic here at the masjid. That's open to brothers and sisters and even children above the age of 10 that are interested. It's going to run every single night for 10 nights. 7 to 10 p.m. It'll be like Taraweeh all over again, right? So it'll be 7 to 10 p.m. for 10 nights. It's an introductory crash course for those of you that can read the Quran in Arabic, but you don't understand what you're reading. Okay, you can read it in Arabic, but you don't understand what you're reading. It's a good first crash course for you to start. We just had that course in Plano not too long ago. About 260 brothers and sisters joined that course. And I was here teaching that course about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. We had about 95 brothers and sisters here taking that course then. So I'd encourage you to look into the course, inshallah, on bayina.com. That's our website, bayina.com. You can sign up for it. I'll have flyers eventually here. Share that knowledge with your friends and family. And even if you're not able to take that course, there are other resources as the month continues that I'll share with you, that you can even start studying some Arabic on your own. Easy enough. Some pretty good resources are available. You can do it part-time, little by little, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day or something. But it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Make the intention that next Ramadan, before you get to next Ramadan, that you will understand more of what's being recited in the Salah than I wonder, when the ruku is coming. Or were we on 14 or 16? Let's make it better than that next year. May Allah Azza wa Jalla give us a correct understanding of the book and the sunnah of His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and maintain in our hearts an honor and love of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.